right, the first thing I want to do is I want to congratulate Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk in giving us hope in the media again. With this whole interview with Tucker, with Vladimir Putin, I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait. And I think you should be excited about it too, because finally we've got people that are breaking out, and like us, I mean, I'm not equating myself to Tucker Carlson, but where I will is I believe he's honest, and that's what we're reporting here, honesty. This one is about Joe Biden and the dementia that I always thought that he had, but I found out that he actually had a couple of brain aneurysms. So I'm going to do a series of images for you and explain what happened to his brain. And this is something that, of course, the mainstream media is not reporting. They reported it when he was a senator running for president a long time ago. I think it's 1988. I'll put a banner under here if I'm wrong. But let's look at these images and listen to what I learned. I want to share it with you. It's important because we got an election coming. In February 1988, Joe Biden suffered 2 life-threatening brain aneurysms. Biden said the experience shaped him into the kind of man he wanted to be. The mainstream media is obviously running cover for President Biden because they haven't reported on the fact that this happened in the past. It kind of explains a lot, doesn't it? Now, I'm not making light of brain aneurysms, but it does explain his behavior now. I thought he had dementia, but maybe it's simply just the damage that happened to his brain in the past. He was a Delaware senator at the time and running for president. He had to bow out of the 1988 presidential race after questions were raised about him stealing other people's lines in his speeches. He doesn't seem to have recovered yet, has he? One more thing for certain, some things never change. Biden feared the scandal tarnished his reputation. He thought that people wouldn't consider him because he was busted plagiarizing. Similar to that Harvard president, if you know what I mean. In his book, published in 2007, titled Promises to Keep, he describes passing out in a hotel room in Rochester, New York in February 1988. He just got done a speech at the University of Rochester. When asked, Biden recalls the feeling of lightning flashing inside of his head. He felt powerful electrical surge, and then ripped of pain as he never felt before. Apparently, he was out for 5 hours. He had an ACT scan, and it was revealed an aneurysm lying below his base of his brain. Surgery was at its best chance for survival. He underwent a microsurgical craniotomy and Walter Reed National Military Medical Center in Washington, D.C. He was having regular headaches, requiring him to carry around a big bottle of Tylenol with him at all times. If you value our content and the pursuit to report the truth, please go to realmustangmedic.com and find out how you can support this effort. This will allow us to continue to offer our unbiased reporting if you share, comment, subscribe, and donate with that little heart button underneath the video. It supports us and it helps us grow this channel to get to the truth and get it out there. You're very much appreciated. Now back to the video. He was chairman of the Judiciary Committee at the time of the surgeries. He wrote in his book, I quote, "Maybe I should have been frightened at this point, but I felt calm. In fact, I felt like I was floating gently in a wide open sea. It surpassed me, but I had no real fear of dying. I'd long since accepted the fact that life's guarantees don't include a fair shake." Biden recalled being completely isolated during his recovery, a decision made by his wife, Jill, or should I say Dr. Jill, and her staff. This meant no work or phone calls for Joe. Even President Reagan called Biden twice. Jill was adamant about her rule and would not let Biden take any calls. Okay, we know who's wearing the pants. Biden underwent another surgery, which reported as successful. At least that's what the mainstream media said. Biden admits he was self-conscious about his looks. He was thin and his right eyelid drooped and the right side of his forehead was immobile. Initially, doctors weren't sure if his dead face, as they put it, would be permanent. But 6 weeks later, the muscles in his forehead and his cheek began to work. Although Jill and her staff still kept him off the phones, Ted Kennedy bypassed Jill and visited him in the hospital room. I think this is a bit of old news, but it needs to be reported today. It now makes more sense by the way he's behaving right now. In short, he is not able to fulfill his obligation as U.S. president. All right, so there it is. We've got a president that is got potentially dementia. He's definitely got old age, and he's had 2 brain aneurysms. I make no lightness about brain aneurysms, but it's very serious when we're dealing with the President of the United States. So it's very important that he's defeated in the upcoming election. I can't stress it anymore. William Wieting reporting from Mustang Medic. Thank you for watching.